1 can of giant pea small. One can of giant pea small. Check. Abner, I wish you'd come over here and help me. I'm getting as dizzy as a squirrel in a cage trying to do this all by myself.
Yeah, well, I'll be there just quick as I finish this game here. You heard what Lum said. Go on, move.
That's all you two have did all morning is play checkers. Grannies.
All right, doggies, you make that same move every game. I don't know why I won't learn. I move there, you're going to jump there. I move here, you jump there. Doggies, that king's what I need. Oh, excuse me, I thought you to sleep.
Oh, him. 1 can of giant pea small. Cedric, didn't you see that sign when you come in?
You mean the white sign with the red letters?
Yeah.
Hanging on the door?
Why, sure.
No, Mom, didn't see it.
Well, in case you can't read, it says we're closed today on account of we're taking inventories.
What you doing that for, Mr. Lum? You never done it before.
Well, we never have had a chance to sell the Jot 'em Down store before, neither.
Oh, does somebody want to buy the Jot 'em Down?
Why, sure. Been offered $1,500 for it. We're sort of studying it over.
Well, I swore. Oh, here, I want to buy this band bill.
Well, just jot it down on the books as you go out, Cedric.
I probably won't run up any bills. We pay cash.
Well, can't take no cash while I'm taking inventories. Get my books all unbalanced.
Oh, well, I ain't going to run up no bills.
Well, put the belt back then or take it for nothing, for we can't take no cash. 1 giant can of small beans. Check.
Sure is getting tougher to do business every day. Tom, who is it?
Don't be so nosy. M.A. Parker of Chicago. That's the big oil man.
Tom, he ain't as big as you or me.
I mean, he's a millionaire. He's rich.
Gosh.
This must be the birthplace of sleeping sickness.
How'd you like to be stuck here for a week?
A week? A day in this burg would be a lifetime.
Good morning. Good morning.
How do you do?
How do you do? Very well, gentlemen. Very well.
Oh, good morning, Squire.
Who's he?
Oh, that's Squire Skimp. He owns most of the town.
Which town?
This town?
Whoa, this town. Well, indeed. How would you like to have a cigar?
Oh, gosh. A real cigar. Well, thanks.
Here, have a light, too. Cedric.
Oh.
It's loaded.
Hey, you're not going to start pulling your practical jokes here, are you? These people won't appreciate them.
Oh, it'll do them good. Give them a little excitement.
A thing like that makes me mad enough to want to fight.
Oh, now, just a minute. That was an accident.
Oh, well, I know that, Dad Burnett, but I ought to have had better sense than to get near a carburetor with a lighted cigar.
Mom, what are you doing standing out there?
Oh, I just studying, Abner. Instead of counting all the articles in the store, taking inventories, why don't we just put down one store and let it go at that?
Well, the feller said he wanted to know what all's in there, Lum.
Well, he'll never get nowhere in the store business, I'll tell him that. All this counting stuff, he never will have no time to sell nothing.
Oh, well, that's what he said. I don't know nothing about it.
Well, you call it out and I'll put it down.
Well, that wheelbarrow there, that don't belong to us, so that was left here Halloween. 1 cultivator.
1 cultivator, K-U-R-C-U-L-T, that's a plow.
That is 1 pretty automobile.
Pretty automobile, it's a plow. What's the matter with you? Huh?
Oh, there in front of Caleb's blacksmith shop there.
Oh.
Ain't that pretty? Pretty to stack up.
Mister, could I have another cigar? I suppose that lasted.
Why, certainly. Help yourself. Go as far as you like.
Oh, thank you.
Say, Henry, I wonder what would happen if an oil boom ever struck this town.
Now what are you up to? Hey, you're not going to pull that old divining rod gag, are you?
Sure, this old doodlebug's always good to kill time.
One of these days, your practical jokes are going to backfire on you.
Oh, if you want to see some fun, come along. Hey, look here. There seems to be a thick layer of fishermen on top of the racket pail.
Yeah, and the astroplanet of Clutter rolls right on the sluggerine.
It is?
Sure.
Don't get too close, please.
Excuse me.
What is that thing?
Quiet, Abner.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, looks to me like that's just about it. What do you think?
Well, maybe. I don't know. Give us a little room, please.
No, back where you were.
Yeah. This is it, all right.
Yep, this is it.
Looks like this is it.
Who owns this property?
Well, we do, me and him. He's Lum Peabody and I'm Abner.
Why don't you make up your mind?
Well, I'm Abner Peabody and he's Lum Edder. Ain't you, Lum?
Yeah. I'll give you $10,000 for it.
Huh?
Cash.
Hi, doggies, mister, you just made yourself a deal.
Just a minute, Abner. It ain't for sale.
Well, I'll make it $15,000.
No, it ain't for sale.
Lum, the man's talking about thousands, not hundreds.
I know what I'm doing. You stay out of this. It ain't for sale at no price.
One last offer, $20,000. Take it or leave it.
It ain't for sale.
Now, just a minute now,
Abner,
Lum.
you stay out of this. I know what I'm doing. It ain't for sale.
All right, suppose you take a little time to think it over. We'll be back. Come on, Henry.
Well, hold on, fellers.
Just a minute, Abner.
Doggies, Lum Edders, I don't believe your head bones knit straight.
I know what I'm doing.
I know what you're doing, too. You're beating us out of $20,000. Why, not 30 minutes ago, we'd have took $1,500 for it.
Abner, they never offered us $20,000 for nothing. There's something under here them fellers won't.
No food?
Why, sure. You know what that contraption was them fellers had in their hands? That's some kind of a newfangled doodlebug.
Oh, you mean one of them things that discovers water and stuff under the ground?
Well, it wasn't water they discovered.
Oh, what was it, Lum?
I don't know. But I know if it's worth $20,000 to them, it's worth a heap more than that to us.
Where are we going? Lum?
Let's see. 2 longs and a short.
Well, that's Sister Simpson.
I know. Hello, Sister Simpson. This is Lum Edder.
And Abner Peabody.
Oh, Dad, blame you.
What's that?
No, not you, the telephone. I want you to do something important for me right quick. Yeah, call everybody in town and tell them if anybody offers them anything for their property not to sell at no price.
Oh, that's a good one, Lum. Who'd want to buy any real estate in Pine Ridge?
I ain't got time to explain now. Just tell everybody there's something big in the wind. No, not a cyclone.
He means something big in the ground.
Oh. Well, I'll do what I can. I ain't getting my morning calling anyhow.
All right, much obliged, Sister Simpson. I know they could depend on you. Granny's now watch her start beating her gums.
Oh, yeah.
Things is going to start humming now.
Thank you very much.
Here you are, Abigail. Now sign right here.
Squire, I'm not going to sell the acreage.
Not going to sell? Why, Abigail, you know I've been wanting to build on that land for the last 10 years.
Well, Lum Edwards is telling everybody not to sell their property at any price.
Lum Edwards. That cracker-barrel philosopher's always sticking his nose in other people's business.
Whatever Lum says is good enough for me.
Whatever Lum says has always been good enough for you. Why, you've been trying to get him to marry you for the past 20 years.
Lum and I are going to be married in due time.
In due time? You mean overdue? Why hasn't he proposed to you in all these years?
Well, because he's a shy little boy.
Boy. Lummy did. He was a boy when Daniel Boone was fighting Indians. Now listen, Abigail, are you going to sign this or not, sir?
No, I am not. Squire, what are you going to do?
You'll find out. This time he's gone too far. I'm going to settle this nonsense once and for all. Right out from the front. Now, man, I'd demand to know just what sort of foolishness you're up to.
Well, apparently somebody just offered them $20,000 for the store.
Well, what kind of cock and bull story have you been telling these people?
It ain't no cock and bull story, Squire. It's a fact.
That's right, Squire. There's something under this property them fellers won't.
But me and Lum was too smart for 'em. We wouldn't sell.
Why, that's the most fantastic bit of fiddle-faddle I've heard since I read Aesop's fable.
I know it sounds fishy, Squire, but it's so, every word of it.
Well, who are these men?
Well, I don't know. They just walked in here and offered us some money.
Then when we wouldn't sell, why, they said they'd be back.
Why, they're just a couple of city slickers trying to put something over on you. You better count the money in your cash register.
All right, Dogies, he's right, Lum. There ain't no money there.
Well, of course not, you idiot. We ain't took in no cash in 4 days while we was taking inventories.
Oh, sure. Oh,
Well, now you folks better go on about your business. Forget all this nonsense.
Cedric, come here a minute.
Yes, Mom.
Who was them city fellers in that big automobile over at the filling station?
What big automobile?
one you and Tom Foster was fixing, Cedric.
Oh, you mean the big one. That sure was a whopper. 16 or 17 cylinders, right in a row, like that. Seemed to me like there was some on the other side, too.
Well, never mind that now.
Do you know who the fellas was, Cedric?
Yes, Mom, sure do.
Well, who was it?
Oh, well, the fellow what gave me the cigar, his name was Mr. Parker. He's a big oil man from Chicago.
Oil man.
Oil.
Did you hear that, Abner? Oil.
Yeah.
That's what them fellers discovered.
Well, I'll be a polka-dotted possum.
Folks, we may be sitting on 20 million barrels of oil right here.
Oil.
Oil, man. Oil, Abner, oil.
I guess that put a burr in their britches.
Oil, Abner. That's what's under there, oil.
What, are we going to sell?
Of course not. We can handle this ourselves. We don't need them fellers from Chicago.
Handle it ourselves.
I grannies will organize our own company.
Good evening, Abner.
Evening. You're sort of ahead of time, ain't you, Miss Abigail?
Time and tide wait for no man, Abner.
What did you say?
Time fleeting. One must drink them deeply while one may.
Doggett, if I never knowed you the head of the temperance committee, Miss Abigail, I'd think you'd been tipping the jug.
Ah, the jug.
Huh?
A jug of wine, a loaf of bread, and thou beside me singing in the wilderness.
Oh, well, good for you. Was there anything special you was wanting?
Where's Lum?
Oh, I might have knowed. He's back there in the feed room rehearsing his speech.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Dog is what she needs is a good dose of sulfur and molasses.
Friends, as you can very well see, Pine Ridge is entering into a new age, the oil age. Now, who would have thought a few days ago that our little community would have become the the big city it is about to become? Would you? Thank you, Alexander, for your opinion. I was never one to brag, folks, but I've always been possessed of uncommon foresight. Nobody asked you for your opinions, Alexander. Now, as president of the Pine Ridge Oil and Development Company, I'm about to lay before you a plan which is destined to make Pine Ridge one of the outstanding communities, not only in Polk County or in the sovereign state of Arkansas, but of the whole United States of America. Thank you. Thank you very kindly. Furthermore, wait a minute. How did you do that anyway? Oh, hello, Abigail.
Oh, Lum, your voice is so thrilling I could almost swoon.
Well, don't do it now, Abigail. I'm awful busy.
Lum, you look so different. You have such importance. I've never seen you like this before.
Oh, oh, this. Well, you see, being president of the Pine Ridge Oil and Development Company, I couldn't afford to look backwards. This is big city stuff. Now, Abigail, you have to excuse me. I got a lot of rehearsing to do.
Yes, Lum, I'll go, but first, just let me feast my eyes on you.
Honestly, Abigail, I got to learn this speech.
Oh.
Come over, you, anyway.
Lum, I believe you better save your sparking for some other time.
We wasn't sparking.
Well, you give him a pretty good imitation of it.
Maybe I better go.
Yeah, 'cause what I come back to tell you is that the folks is coming in for the meeting right now.
Alexander, there's a fine trick for one bachelor to pull on another. Hey, Doc.
Hi, Lum.
Hi, Fred.
Evening, Lum. I guess we better sit down. Yeah, I think so.
Hey, doggies, we air rich, ain't we?
Huh? Oh.
Oh, Zeke, come here, man. I want to do everything possible to discourage this oil boom, at least until I can buy up all the mineral rights around here.
Now, Squire, you don't really believe there's oil here in Pine Ridge?
Why, of course I do. Why would a big oil man like M.A. Parker offer $20,000 for the Jottam down?
I never thought of that.
Yeah. And I don't want the property owners of Pine Ridge to give it much thought either.
As president of the Pine Ridge Oil and Development Company, I now call the meeting to order. Official. As you know, me and Abner has organized an oil company to develop the big oil find here at the Jottam Down store.
Just a moment, Lum. Ain't you getting the cart before the horse? If there's so much oil here, why hasn't that fella Parker come back here to buy your store?
Mr. Parker's doing like all big businessmen, sitting tight, waiting for us to come to him so as he can make a better deal.
But me and Lum is too smart for him.
Yeah, we feel sort of this way about it. Pine Ridge ought to get the benefit of any oil that's here, not no outsiders. Now, I think we all ought to get together and drill for the oil ourselves.
Now, just a moment. Before you all get carried away with the pipe dreams of this here self-appointed oil company president, I think you ought to know that drilling for oil runs into thousands of dollars. Ain't that right, Zeke?
Well, I ain't never drilled for nothing but water wells myself. Of course, you can hit water around here 50 or 75 feet deep. But when it comes to putting down an oil well, you'll go 2,000 or 3,000 feet. And believe me, folks, that costs a heap of money.
Well, there you are. Now, where are you going to get that money?
My doggies, you brung up a good point there, Squire.
I've got the answer all figured out for that.
Yeah, we sure have. What is it?
Now, here's the idea in a hicker nutshell. All of us will pool our property together in a sort of a cooperate manner, each one of us sharing according to the number of acres he puts up.
And how are you going to get the money?
We'll take the property to the bank and mortgage it for enough money to drill our first well. Now, how does that idea strike you?
Sounds all right to me.
Me too.
Well, good for you. If you step up here to the table, folks, the secretary and treasurer of the company, I'll sign you up right now.
Now, just a moment, just a moment. Are you going to be crazy enough to let these two old sillybillies talk you into jeopardizing all you own in the world?
Just a minute here, Squire Skint. Who you calling silly, Billy?
Don't you hit me. Don't you hit me.
Come on down here. I'll fist fight you. I'll box fight you right now. Wait a minute. Stop the fight, Mom. Stop the fight. I just happen to think I got my spectacles on. He can't hit me. Fight's off, Squire.
Sit down over here. That ain't no way for a secretary of a oil company to act.
I know it if I hadn't happened to think about my spectacles. We'd have sure went to it, you know what?
Got anything else on your mind, Squire?
You're blame tootin' I have. I want to go on record that I'll have nothing to do with your crazy scheme. And the rest you got any sense left, you won't either.
Doubt you. Yeah, I just thought after all that long-winded speech, he might be thirsty.
Well, here, let's get back to business. Now then, folks, if you'll just step up to the secretary's desk, he's got the pledge cards all ready for you to sign. Well, come on, don't be bashful. Somebody's got to be first.
If there's no objection, I'll be first.
Well, that's fine, Abigail. I know you won't have no regrets.
I'm with you, Lum, and anything you do.
Well, that's nice to know, Abigail. Abner will take care of you there.
Hey, right here, Miss Abigail. Sign right.
All right, who's next? Well, Abner, I reckon Abigail Hopkins is the only one in Pine Ridge interested in being a millionaire.
Mr. Lum, how much money does it cost to be a millionaire?
Now, here, read one of the pledge cards, Cedric.
Well, come on up here, folks. You can't make no money sitting on your hand.
Come on, folks, let's sign up.
Hey, right here, Doc, right there.
Mr. Lum,
What is it, Cedric?
they printed them things upside down.
Oh, for goodness sakes. Yes, sir, Doc. First thing I aim to do when the well comes in is to have all my teeth took out. I'm going to have Goldens put in. Solid 10-carat gold.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do when we get rich. I'm going to put a match to that cigar and make you smoke it. You've been dry smoking that thing for 4 years.
Well, this sure is a great day for Pine Ridge.
Oh, yeah.
Paul don't think so. He's against it.
Again it.
Yes, Mom. He says this oil is sure to ruin the drinking water here in Pine Ridge.
Carry on. All right, doggies, they must be ready to start.
They're ready, men. You better get up in the speaker stand. Wait a minute, Cedric. Get down out of there. You ain't no official.
Yes, Mom.
Excuse me.
Okay, take out the drill and put down the nitro charge. Are we going to blow her up, Mr. McGann?
Just as soon as you get the nitroglycerin down in the hole.
Oh, stand back, everybody. Stand back. Stand back. Going to blow her up. I got them all back out of the way for you, Mr. McGann. What can I do to help?
I think you better stand back yourself, Mr. Peabody.
Oh, yeah.
See, you hold on to one end of the turpentine and throw the rest of it like this. Oh, excuse me, Squire.
Hey,
See, like
Lon. Hey, Lon.
Abner, can't you see I'm giving the folks their final instructions?
Yeah, but what I want to
Now, the minute the oil starts spouting, you start throwing these streamers.
Lon.
Grannies, I can see it now. Oil is spouting, streamers are flying in the breeze.
Lon.
Grannies, what a beautiful sight that's going to be.
Lon.
What is it, Abner?
I want to tell you, Mr. McGann's ready to blow in the oil well.
Oh, they're ready.
Yeah, say, Lon.
Help yourself.
Can I talk to you in confidential here?
Now?
Yeah, right now. Whisper stuff. Come on out here.
Cedric, get down off of the speaker stand.
Yes, Mom.
What's that for?
Huh? Oh, Well, we's needing some coal all over the place there, so I just figured I'd get her when she come gushing out of the ground, nice and fresh.
For pity's sakes.
Say, Lum, you know something?
No, what?
We hit the bottom of the oil well and the bottom of the treasury well at the same time.
You mean we ain't got no more money in the treasury?
When we pay Mr. McGann, the Pine Ridge Oil Development Company will have $2.76 left.
Pretty close figuring, ain't it?
Close shave, if you ask me.
Well, we always was uncommonly lucky. Broke 1 minute, the next minute we'll be rolling in money.
Oh, yeah, sure. Wait a minute, Doggett, I just happened to think I forgot something.
Oh, Lum, I'm so thrilled.
Abigail, I'm awful busy right now.
I know, but I just wanted to get a good look at you.
Couldn't you make us a kind of a quick squint?
Lum, you just look majestic in your hour of triumph.
Here you are, Max, all set.
Okay. Oh, excuse me, Abigail. They're ready for the explosion. All right, folks, we're about ready for the big event. Go ahead and pass them around, Abner.
Yeah, here you are, folks. Come get your raincoat. Compliments of the Jot 'em Down store. You don't want to get your clothes all covered with oil.
Where do you want me to sit?
Right there.
Where are you going to sit?
Right there.
Oh, okay. Do I get one, too?
Are you about ready, Mr. McGann? Just about. All right, boys. Back, everybody. Stand back away from the derelict. Abner, get over in your own chair.
Oh,
Sit in the president's chair.
oh, here, Mr. McGann. Here.
What's that for?
You don't want to get all over yourself.
Thanks. Now, Mr. McGann, when I drop my handkerchief, let her go. Is everybody ready now?
Get watch your eardrums, everybody.
Button up your raincoats good. If you get that oil on your clothes, you can't get it out. Well, Abner?
May I share your umbrella, Miss Abigail?
Yeah, please do.
All right, everybody ready? Here we go. Mr. McGann, when does the oil start spouting?
We had hit oil, it'll be shooting out now.
You mean?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Edwards.
There ain't no oil?
Ain't no oil.
Why, of course there's no oil. I warned you not to listen to those two to begin with.
Mr. McGann, does that mean there ain't no oil down there at all?
Not necessarily.
Well, what does it mean?
Hard to say. It might be deeper down.
Well, let's get to digging then.
Okay, boys, put the drill back in.
Hey, no, wait a minute. We can't do that.
Can do what?
We can't drill no more, that's what.
Why not?
Because the company's broke. I told you that before.
Oh, I forgot about that. Mr. McGann, hold everything. Well, folks, we're going to need some more money.
And there ain't no more in the treasury.
No
Money in the treasury?
Just where are you going to get it?
I don't know where we're going to get it, but we got to do it somehow. We got to save the money we've already got invested.
Instead of worrying about sending more good money after bad, you better start worrying about those mortgages you're going to have to meet.
What? Just a minute, folks. Hey, folks, just a minute.
Lum.
Well, Abner, I guess we got folks in Pine Ridge pretty mad at us.
They weren't mad when they thought they was going to be millionaires so long.
Well, you can't much blame them, Abner.
No.
let's go home.
Oh, well, I got to stop by the filling station and get a can of cola.
Oh.
What did you want to see us about, Squire?
Well, I asked to talk to a committee from the Pine Ridge Oil and Development Company.
That's us. Me and Doc is the committee at present.
Caleb Weehunt is the other member. However, he won't be here.
Paul's still bedridden. I'm here for him.
For the moment, just be quiet, Cedric.
Yes, Mom.
This morning, I bought all those mortgages from the bank.
I'll bet you got a discount. Paul says you never buy nothing without your due.
I did not get a discount, Cedric.
I bet you did.
Why did you buy those mortgages, Squire?
Because I don't want to see the people of Pine Ridge lose everything they own.
Well, I can't see that it makes much difference whether it's you or the bank that forecloses.
Paul says Squire'd foreclose the back door if there was any money in it.
Cedric, my boy, here's a nickel. Now you go down to the corner and buy yourself a bottle of soda pop.
Well, thank you. I don't mind if I do.
Now, gentlemen.
Mr. Squire.
Yes, Cedric.
I don't believe I care for none right now.
Well, then go down and buy a bottle for me, Cedric.
Well, I reckon I could do that.
And while you're there, stay there and drink it for me.
Yes, Mom.
Now, gentlemen.
Mr. Squire.
Yes?
What flavor?
Oh, it doesn't make any difference, Cedric. Cherry's all right.
Yes, Mom.
Now, gentlemen, if you will allow me the privilege of giving my...
Mr. Squire.
Yes?
It's a good thing I'm drinking it for you because cherry flavor always gives me the shingles.
Now, gentlemen, I'll tell you what I intend to do with these mortgages. I'm willing to extend them so that everybody will have a chance to save their property.
That's mighty decent of you, Squire.
Yes.
Sure will help a lot of folks in this town.
Oh, yes.
Of course, you realize I'm tying up a lot of money with no profit in view.
Uh-oh. Here it comes.
What did you expect, Squire? A bonus?
But why, certainly not. What I want isn't going to cost anyone a penny.
What could that be?
Merely the mineral rights controlled by the Pine Ridge Oil and Development Company.
I don't know why we're saving these things. It ain't likely that anybody will be coming in the store from now on. Leastways, not to buy nothing.
Oh. Well, I reckon I'd be sort of ashamed to face them if they did, Lum.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I sure wrecked this town, Abner. I'm a failure. That's all they are to it, a failure.
You ain't no more to blame than I am. Recollect, I'm secretary and treasurer to this company.
I wouldn't brag about it if I was you. Well, ain't no use to argue about who's to blame. The thing for us to do now is to try to figure out some way to save these folks' property for them.
Yeah. I wish we'd have taken Mr. Parker up on that $20,000 when we had a chance.
Yeah, if we'd have just... Wait a minute. Hey, Grannies, I believe you give me an idea there.
Huh?
Yeah, Mr. Parker was so anxious to buy this property, maybe he'd like to invest in the Pine Ridge Oil and Development Company.
I told you, Lum, I believe you're cooking with bear grease. How can we find out?
Well, I don't know. If we had any money, we could go to Chicago and see Mr. Parker personally.
Yeah. You reckon we can borrow some?
Borrow some? I don't know who from. Can't mortgage the store. We've already got a mortgage on here big as that heating stove.
Yeah, that's right. I'll tell you, how about selling a horse?
Sell Alexander?
Yeah.
Couldn't get enough for him to get his first Little Rock. Besides, I'd just soon sell myself just to part with him. He's just like a brother to me.
Sell yourself? All right, doggies, I believe you give me a ID.
Well, now, wait a minute. I never meant that literary. I don't mean actual sell me.
Oh, we couldn't get nothing for you neither. I don't mean that. I mean Abigail.
Sell Abigail?
Don't you go over to Abigail's place and ask her to let you have enough money.
Well, now, wait just a minute. Stop right where you're at. I know what you're thinking, and I ain't going to do it.
Why, there ain't nothing to it, Lum. She's putty in your hands.
I don't want no putty in my hands. It's too hard to get shut of. I won't do it.
What now, Lum? Recollect, you got to go over and talk to her for the people now.
I ain't going to do it, Abner.
No, now listen, Lum. If you go there right now, we'll have time to go to the county seat and catch a train out of there tonight.
I ain't going to do it, and that's final. I will not do it.
Well, here you are, Lum.
Here I am. Or, wait a minute. What do you mean, here I am? I ain't going in there by myself, I'll tell you that.
Lum, you promised you'd make the supreme sacrifice.
Well, Lum, what a surprise. Come on in.
Excuse me just a minute, Miss Abigail. I think I got the wrong house.
Oh, you silly boy. You know you haven't. Now, come on. Come on in, Lum. There. Let me have your hat.
I'll just hold it, Abigail. I can't stay but just a minute.
Well, you won't be wearing it while you're here. Silly.
Think enough.
Come on in. I can just hardly believe you're here. For years, you've always visited on Friday evenings.
Well, I just had to see you tonight, Abigail.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, Lum, you impetuous boy. Just couldn't wait, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, I couldn't.
Oh, Lum.
Well, I'm afraid the purpose of my visit ain't just what you're thinking.
How do you know what I'm thinking, Lum?
Oh, well, I'd better come back Friday night.
Oh, now you do nothing of the sort. Come on in here. To the settee. There now. Sit down, Lum.
No, I don't think I'd better sit. I'd better go on home.
Oh, you don't have to go right away. Come on and set a spell.
No, I don't want to sit. It's like I told you, I'd better go on home.
Well, why, it won't take any time at all. You just come on in here and wait right there, and I'll be back in just a minute. Oh! You almost sat on that cushion.
I'd look like a porcupine.
Oh, silly. I'll be right back. Don't go away. Cornelia?
Yes, Miss Abigail.
Where's that wedding dress I was remodeling?
In there on the sewing machine. Has it happened?
Not yet.
Then what do you want with the wedding dress?
Mr. Lum is going to help me fix it. The only way I could keep him here.
Well, Miss Abigail, if that don't put some new ideas into his head, you just might as well give up.
Now, Cornelia, you be sure and stay out of that sitting room for the next half hour.
Miss Abigail, you might take along my special rabbit's foot.
Do you think it would help?
Well, I've used it 5 or 6 times in similar circumstances, and it ain't failed yet.
Well, if this doesn't work, I'll come back and get the rabbit's foot.
Well, I'll be.
Colonel? Well, doesn't a wedding dress just kind of do something to you?
Yeah, it sure does. Makes me feel foolish. I never looked so silly in my life, and I know it.
Ah, you poor boy. I'm sorry. It won't take long, though, and I just had to have a dummy.
You sure got one.
There now. Here, let's take this off. What was it you wanted to say to me, Lum, when you first came in?
Oh, that. Well, I don't know exactly how to say it, hardly.
Well, you can just say it any way you want to. I'll understand. Well? Aren't you going to say it?
Oh, no, I don't think I'd better. You might get mad, or you might say no, and one's just as bad as the other.
Oh, Lum, I wouldn't think of doing anything like that. I'll probably say yes.
Oh.
Well, what is it?
Abigail,
Yes, Lum.
will you loan me $500?
What has $500 got to do with it?
Oh, well, I've got to get a couple of railroad tickets, or to get some new clothes for the occasion. And, of course, there's the hotel room.
Oh, you needn't go any further. At first, I didn't understand, but I'll get the money. Oh, Lum, I'm so happy I could dance, too. Here, dear.
Oh, thank you, Abigail. I knowed I could depend on you. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Lum.
Did everything work out?
Oh, Camellia. He kissed me. I feel like I'm on pins and needles.
And what did he mean, Lum? We could find out where Mr. Parker's at by looking at this board.
Well, it's a list of the folks that's got offices in the building.
Doggies, what will they think of next?
Here he is, Parker, M.A., 12th floor.
12th floor?
Yeah.
Doggies, that's a lot of floors to have in one building, ain't it?
Yeah, it's special stacked on top of one another that way.
Yeah, I reckon that's the way you'd have to do it, though, if you want to build a tall building. You can't scatter them and get nowhere.
We've just got 40 minutes to catch that plane. John Wentworth's blood pressure's going to reach a new high when he finds out I put over this Texas oil deal without him knowing it. Don't underestimate Wentworth. I'm not. Sally?
Yes, Mr. Parker?
Are those contracts ready?
Yes, they are. I'll have them there in a minute.
Bring them in as soon as you're finished.
All right.
Hey, don't you know it's time for lunch?
Oh, if you're looking for a restaurant, Mr. Benton, there's one on the 15th floor.
Food's terrible. I thought we might go downstairs.
No, thank you. If you don't mind, that's Mr. Parker's private business.
I can't read anyway when I'm hungry. Let's go to lunch.
Look, Jimmy, the only reason you invite me to lunch is to try and get some information about Mr. Parker's business for that crooked boss of yours.
Now, Sally, how can you say a thing like that?
I don't find it any trouble at all. Here they are, Mr. Parker.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, when Mr. Clarke comes in from New York this afternoon, tell him we had to leave sooner than expected on the Texas deal.
All right, I'll tell him, Mr. Parker.
Well, let's go.
Here it is, Abner. M.A. Parker Enterprises.
Enterprises? I thought he's in the oil business.
Well, maybe it's a sideline with him.
Could be, could be.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Is there something I could do for you?
Yes, we want to see Mr.
There it is, Lum, right there. M.A. Parker, private.
Oh,
I thought he was an officer in the company.
Who do you want to see?
Oh, we got some important business to discuss with Mr. Parker.
Have you an appointment?
Have we a what?
An appointment to see him.
Why, sure, we got a point in seeing him.
We want to see him about the importing oil strike down in Pine Ridge.
Does Mr. Parker know about this?
Does he know about it? He's the one that discovered it. He offered us $20,000 just for our property alone.
And now we got over 1,000 acres in the company.
Well, just a minute. Mr. Parker isn't in this morning, but if you'll come back this afternoon, Mr. Clarke will be here.
Mr. Clarke?
Yes, he's the general manager.
Oh, I guess he'll do.
Well, who shall I say calls?
Mr. Lum and Abner.
All right.
Oh, and Abner Peabody. Well, we'll be back this afternoon, and thank you, Mom.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
You forgot to ask the gentlemen where they can be reached if somebody wants to reach them.
Oh, at the Rich Plaza Hotel. That's where we're putting up.
Thank you.
Not at all.
Bye-bye, baby. Papa's got to go now.
Hey!
Who is it?
It's me, Jimmy.
Come in, come in.
I got it, Mr. Wentworth. I found out. I know where it is. I know where it is.
What in blazes are you talking about?
The oil strike. Parker's oil strike. I know where it is.
Really? Where?
Pine Ridge, Arkansas.
Good boy. Get a plane to fly me to Pine Ridge, Arkansas immediately.
Yes, Mr. Wentworth.
Wait a minute, boss.
What is it, Jimmy? We haven't much time.
You don't have to go to Pine Ridge to put over this deal.
No?
The two men that own the land are right here in town.
They are?
You see what happened? They came here to see Parker, and he went out there to see them.
Airport?
Forget the plane.
Yes, Mr. Wentworth.
Where are they?
They're stopping at the Ritz Plaza Hotel.
Let's get over there. If I can only steal this deal from Parker. I'll be at the Ritz Plaza Hotel.
Yes, Mr. Wentworth.
It must be the way, Abner, for I recollect turning left when we got off the elevator.
No, we never done no such a thing. We turned right. I know we did, Long.
Well, we tried that. All them doors look just alike down there.
Doggett, I'll tell you one thing. If we ever do find that room, I'm going to take my pocket knife and make a mark on there we'll recollect.
You know what we ought to do? We ought to go back downstairs and start all over again.
Yeah, it might not. Wait a minute. There comes that bell-hopping feller. He can tell us where our room's at. Hey!
Hello there.
Howdy, Mr. Skeets.
Anything you fellas need?
Right now, we're needing a room.
What's wrong with the one you have?
Nothing, except we can't find it.
You mean you're lost again?
No, we're not lost. We know where we're at. It's a room that's lost.
Oh. Well, here's your room right here.
Listen here.
Well, what do you know about that?
Doggie's been a snake at bit us, sure as the world.
What you all doing in here? I just got through cleaning up this room.
Well, this is our room.
I thought two rich old men from Arkansas was occupying this room.
Well, we're two rich oil men from Arkansas. Maybe.
You is?
Why, sure.
Oh, say, did you fellas put over that business deal you were telling me about?
Oh, no, not yet. See, Mr. Parker wasn't in his office.
Oh, those big shops never are in their office.
Yeah, whereabouts them fellas do their business at anyway?
Oh, nightclubs and places like that.
Nightclubs.
Well, why do they have an office then?
Well, they gotta have some place to keep a secretary, don't they?
Oh.
You know, Abner, it might be a good thing Mr. Parker wasn't in his office after all.
Why, Long?
Well, he might have thought we was pretty country going to his office when we're supposed to do business in a nightclub, whatever that is.
I Doggett, I believe you're right. Come in.
Yeah, those are the two. How do you do? Are you gentlemen from Pine Ridge?
Yes, sir.
I understand that you own some oil property.
That's right.
M.A. Parker is interested in it, I believe.
That's right.
Oh, are you from Mr. Parker's office?
Well, hardly.
Oh.
I'm John Wentworth.
Oh.
My business is oil, too.
Oh.
Yes. And this is Mr. Benton, one of my associates.
Why, sure. Yeah, I saw that fella before summer.
What can we do for you, Mr. Wentworth?
I'm prepared to offer you a very substantial sum for your oil properties. Suppose we get down to business.
Why, sure. Let's get down there. Where's it at?
I have my car outside. Suppose we go over to my office.
Well, good for us. Let me get my hat right now.
Wait just a minute. Hold on, Abner. We don't do no business in offices, Mr. Wentworth.
Huh? Oh, no. Never do.
Well, where do you suggest that we go?
Well, me and my partner generally do our business in nightclubs, places like that.
Nightclubs, eh? Well, wouldn't someplace else do just as well?
No, it's got to be in a nightclub.
Yeah, me and Lum can't think about business nowhere else.
I'd never suspect you gentlemen of being the type that would go in for nightlife.
Who, us? You may not know it, but you're looking at a couple of Arkansas hootie owls.
Yes, sir. We're the Pine Ridge Playboys.
Well, where do you suggest we go, Jimmy?
Well, there's a good show at the Sky High Club.
The Sky High Club?
Yes.
All right, we'll make it the Sky High Club. I'll meet you there at 9 o'clock, gentlemen.
You mean 9 o'clock tonight?
Why, certainly.
My Doggett, that's sort of late, ain't it?
Oh, don't pay no attention to him, Mr. Wentworth. He always wants to be the first in there and the last one to leave.
Oh.
I've never seen such energies in my life.
Neither have I.
I mean, either.
Well, I'll see you tonight, gentlemen.
Doggett, I reckon we showed them we're not as backwoods as they thought we were.
Yeah, I reckon they know now they're up against a couple of big businessmen.
Yeah. Come in.
Oh, howdy, Mr. Skeets.
Say, is that the big oil man you fellas been trying to see?
No, that's another.
We're going to a nightclub with them, though.
Oh.
Some place called Sky High.
The Sky High? Well, that's the swankiest place in town. You fellas have to wear your soup and fish.
Huh?
Your slick stuff.
Huh?
Your dinner clothes.
Dinner clothes?
Do you have to put on special clothes to eat dinner there?
Sure, you want to look the part.
What part?
Say, if you fellas haven't got any dinner clothes, I know where I can get you.
Well, that's mighty thoughty of you, Mr. Skeets, but trouble of it is, me and Abner just ain't got no spare money to be buying fancy duds with.
No.
Oh, you don't have to buy them. In this place, you can rent them.
Rent 'em?
Sure, I'll call them up for you.
Doggies, renting clothes. What will they think of next?
Mr. Clarke, I'd given you up.
Well, I had to wait 30 minutes for a cab, Sally. Everybody gone?
Yes, Mr. Jameson and Mr. Parker had to leave for Texas.
Oh, yes, I see. Well, did they say when they'd be back?
No, they didn't. I don't know when they'll get back.
Well, I'll run on home. You put my briefcase away, will you, Sally?
All right, all right. Say, Mr. Clarke, after Mr. Parker left this morning, there were 2 old men from Pine Ridge, Arkansas here looking for him.
Yes?
And they said it was something about an oil strike he was interested in.
Well, that must be a new deal. Emmy never said anything to me about it. You say these men are here?
Mm-hmm. They're staying at the Ritz Plaza Hotel.
Parker must have forgotten this deal in the excitement. You better get me the Ritz Plaza, Sally.
There's something else I think you ought to know. While they were here, Jimmy Benton was in the office.
Oh, that young fellow who works for Wentworth?
As soon as the 2 men from Pine Ridge left, he got out of the office awfully fast. Miss Plaza? Just a moment, please.
Hello, Ritz Plaza. I'd like to speak to Mr. Lum Edwards or Mr. Abner Peabody. Yes, thanks.
Playground in the 7th. What a dog. Edwards and Peabody, suite. Good afternoon. Well, I am sorry, but at the moment, Mr. Edwards and Mr. Peabody are being fitted for evening clothes.
Oh, I see. When do you expect them?
Well, that's hard to say. They're going night clubbing tonight with John Wentworth, the oil man.
They're going out with Wentworth tonight. I wish I could reach Parker.
There's no possible way to reach him by phone, Mr. Clarke, and it's hard telling when a telegram would reach him.
Wentworth's going to steal this deal right from under our noses. I'll have to locate those 2 men immediately. Good night, Sally.
Good night.
Well, I hope you're satisfied that I didn't come here to meet some blonde.
You wouldn't expect her to come to the table with me sitting here, would you?
Oh, Florence, you're the most unreasonably jealous woman I've ever known.
Well, it seems very strange you have to go to a nightclub on our bridge night. I don't know what I'll tell the Jacksons.
You tell the Jacksons if they'd stop playing bridge, they probably could pay some of their debts.
Will you excuse me, dear?
Oh, surely. Where are you going?
I'm going to phone the Jacksons and tell them what you said.
You do that.
May I check your hat, please?
Do what?
Check your hat.
I don't believe I know what you mean.
I mean, I'll take care of it for you while you're inside.
Oh, well, that's mighty thoughty of you, miss, but it's rented, and I'd rather look after it myself.
Good evening, gentlemen. Have you a reservation?
What?
Have you a table?
Was we supposed to bring our own table? Mr. Wentworth never said nothing about that.
Oh, you're in Mr. Wentworth's party.
Well, I never knowed he had a party, but he's looking for us here tonight.
Yes, of course. Right this way, please.
Wait a minute, Abner, we're in the wrong place.
We are?
Sure.
Well, call Mr. Wentworth and tell him to come over here then, Lum.
Oh, no, Mr. Wentworth is right over there.
I don't think I want to stay.
Well, now, wait a minute, Lum. I don't want to stay neither, but recollect, we're doing this for the good of Pine Ridge.
Yeah, I'm glad you thought of that. I still feel out of place, sir.
Right this way, please.
Oh, excuse me.
Drunk.
Well, that's a shame. I could never tell it by looking at you.
Here.
Ah. Good evening, good evening.
Howdy.
Well, howdy, Mr. Wentworth.
Fine, thank you. Sit down.
Thank you.
May I check your hats now, gentlemen?
No, I'll just keep mine and see it's rented.
Yeah, we better hold on to them.
Will you gentlemen have something to drink?
Yeah, I don't care if I do. What are you drinking there, Mr. Wentworth?
Scotch and soda.
Now, Abner, recollect you promised.
Well, I ain't gonna have but one or two, Lum.
Now, you know what happened to you the last time.
Yes, I know.
Do you have trouble with him when he drinks?
Trouble ain't the name for it. You can't drink more than one or two without breaking out in a rage.
Scotch and soda?
Make mine strawberry soda.
Did you say strawberry soda?
Yeah, bottle of strawberry soda pop.
I'm sorry, I don't believe we have any of that on hand.
Well, make it orange, then. I don't care.
Have any of that either.
This place a little run down at the heels, ain't it, Bub?
I'll get your orders later.
Well, now, gentlemen, can we get down to business?
Just one thing first. Have they cooked an supper here yet?
Well, as a matter of fact, are you gentlemen hungry by any chance?
Well, I just looking here, this canape of anchovy and the onion au gratin and the green turtle in tassie. Wonder if they got any cold coon and collards. That's my favorite dish.
Cold coon and collards. Well, I'm afraid, Mr. Edwards, they wouldn't have that particular dish here.
Well, I ain't surprised. Coons is scarce in Pine Ridge this year, too. World's a possum, but no coons for some reason. You know, I believe I'll take one of them Welsh rabbits there if they'll fry it for me. I just love fried rabbit if it's young and tender.
Yes, they're lovely. Well, we'll order dinner after Mrs. Wentworth returns to the table. And now, gentlemen, can we get down to business?
Yeah, just as quick as we eat.
Oh, I see.
Good evening, sir. Where's Mr. Wentworth's table?
Right this way, sir.
Oh, thanks. I see it. Why, beg your pardon, Mr. Edwards and Mr. Peabody?
Hey, what do you want here?
You haven't closed any deal with Wentworth, have you?
No, wait just a minute, Clarke. These are my guests.
I'm an associate of Mr. Parker's, and I'm prepared to make you an offer for your oil rights.
Oh, well, draw up a chair and sit and eat.
Yeah.
Thanks. How much do you want?
Well, what do you give her?
Now, wait a minute, Clarke. Are you trying to pull a fast one?
I think you pulled a fast one taking these men away from Parker when he was out of town.
Let me tell you, Mr. Clarke, this is a perfectly legitimate transaction.
Let me tell you something, Wentworth. You had a lot of nerve sending Benton up to our office to take these men away from Parker. Now, don't tell me about
I
this.
know.
Let me tell you this.
I know.
And if you have like that when Parker was out of town, don't tell me about your office. You're the biggest chewer.
Ladies and gentlemen, a free lesson in La Conga. Girls, choose your partners. Get them out here. Come on, get the customers. Here we are, boys and girls. This is where we have fun. And let me tell you this.
Cut it out. Don't, will you?
Abner, come back here. Goodness sake. It's a good thing the folks down in Pine Ridge can't see him now.
No, Mr. Peabody, please. Look, I want to talk to you about this oil property, really. Now, this is a splendid time. If you want to go... Look, don't you pay any attention to Wentworth. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Look, Mr. Peabody, let me tell you this. Now, I can give you a very fine offer on your oil property.
Look, Peabody, I'm associated with Mr. Parker, and I can make you a spot.
Look, Mr. Peabody, please. It was your idea.
Hey, let me tell you something. You're nothing but an unprincipled sneak thief.
Who's a sneak thief? You are. When I get a hold of you, I'll know Parker about you. Turn it out for you.
Abner, take this hat and let's go.
I've got a hat, Long.
Get that silly thing off and let's get out of here.
Mom, I'm having the time of my life. I'm going to start a square dance here in a minute.
You ain't going to do no such a thing. Take this hat and let's go home.
Anyway.
Okay, that's fine. Gentlemen, you were wonderful. And now, girls, get the boys ready for the bumps-a-daisy. Bring them back here in position. Get the boys all set. And now, are we ready? Here it goes for bumps-a-daisy.
For $25,000.
$30,000.
35.
$40,000.
45. What?
I'll make it $50,000.
$60,000.
$70,000.
Well,
Hello, dear. Did you make your phone call?
so this is the way you attend to business. You come
Hold
with
on.
me.
Wait, I'll make it $75,000. $80,000.
All right, I'll make it $80,000. It's my last bid.
90.
Shut up. All right, Grange, it's a deal.
Shake.
Be in my office at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we'll draw up the papers.
Hey, wait a minute. We don't do business in offices. We got to...
Shut up, Abner. And another thing, what was you doing bidding?
Well, I don't know. What was we buying?
We wasn't buying nothing. We selling our oil property.
Oh, my goodness. Did I buy it?
No, thank goodness Mr. Clarke bought it for $80,000.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lum. I just get carried away at auction sales. I love to bid.
Parker?
No.
Telegram.
See what it says.
Sign here.
Wentworth nearly stole Pine Ridge deal. I beat him to it. Paid $80,000 to Edwards and Peabody for oil rights in Pine Ridge. Another laugh on Wentworth. Signed Harvey Clarke.
Pine Ridge, where's that?
Don't you remember the doodle bug?
No, not that. Why, the dumb 80,000 for a country store?
Well, maybe there is oil there.
Oil? There isn't any oil within 100 miles of the place. That's been explored years ago. Oh, I could break Clarke's neck.
Too late to get burned up now.
I'll get burned up if I want to. Oh.
Well, now here's a little something that might interest you. It's a little clipping I took out of the Chicago paper this morning.
Well, that's Lum and Abner.
Now, where did they get the money to chase around the country like that? Unless they forgot to spend all the money you folks gave them to drill the oil well.
Oh, they wouldn't do that.
Now, you can tell everybody I'll give them just 2 hours to get in here and sign those agreements, or you're going to all be prepared to pay off those mortgages. Now, that's final.
Oh, Zeke, what's the idea of getting us off the bus here at the county seat?
Well, confidential, fellas. The folks in Pine Ridge was afraid you'd get there too soon.
Too soon?
Yeah, might as well tell you the truth. They're preparing a little welcome for you. And it wasn't quite ready yet.
Well, good for us. Doggy, that is a surprise, ain't it?
We got a surprise for them, too. Ain't we, Abner?
Sure have. I got $80,000 in that hand satchel.
80,000? Listen, fellas, I plumb forgot. You wait here. I gotta make a telephone call.
I'm sorry you told him about that money, Abner.
Why?
I don't know. There's something fishy about all this. Him coming down here to meet us and all. He never was too good a friend of ours.
Doggies, that's right. Reckon what we ought to do about it, Long?
I don't know. I'm going in there and find telephoning to.
Reckon who he's calling.
I don't know, but I bet you it's about us. I'm going to listen and find out. Watch my bag.
Yeah.
Hello, Squire? Well, I got him off the bus all right. Did you get everybody signed up yet? Now, don't worry. I'll keep them both here. You're in the clear. Now, what do you want me to do?
Told you there's something fishy about this.
Why? What'd he say?
Give me your belt.
What'd he say that for?
Take off your belt. We got to beat him back to Pine Ridge.
Beat him with a belt?
No, we're going to tie up the handles of the door here so as he can't get out of there. That's good, Abner. Hurry up.
I got it.
Come on, let's go. Here's a taxi cab, Abner. Hurry up.
Oh, wait a minute, Lum. Ain't that Zeke's truck over there?
Yeah, come on, let's take it and save money.
Yeah.
Then it's agreed we accept Squire Skimp's term. Is that right?
Well, I, for one, will have nothing to do with Squire Skimp's proposition. Lum and Abner's coming back here, and you're all going to be sorry.
That's a mighty nice sentiment, Abigail, but I think the rest of us better protect ourselves.
Well, suppose we just step over to my office, shall we, folks?
Well, I hope the springs in this jumping jack hold together till we get there.
now just sign on the dotted line. That's all there is to it. One for you and you. One especially for you, Miss Abigail.
I'm not going to have anything to do with this, as I told you, and I don't think the rest of you should either.
Pay no attention, my friends. You know you can have confidence in your old fellow townsman.
You're making a mistake.
Yes,
Please wait till Lum and Abner get back. I knew this. Oh, Lum, I knew you'd come back.
Not now, Abigail, not now.
Time's up. You better sign those agreements.
Hold on here. What are you signing?
None of your business.
Squire's taking over the mineral rights to the oil company.
Well, you can't do that. We've done sold it. Got the money right here. $80,000.
Oh, Lum, I knew you'd do it.
Now, Abigail, go ahead and open it up,
I'm
Abner.
doing it. I told you, you talk about some money. I'll show you some money like him.
Well, I'd say the boys picked up a nice bunch of souvenirs in the city. Well, let's get our business over, and then we can deal with these two fakers.
Why, Abner. Lum, Edward.
Lace curtain.
What's the idea of stealing my sample case?
Oh, I'm sorry, mister. I never...
Sorry, you should be. Look at the trouble you caused me.
Trouble. Mister, you don't know what trouble is.
Here's your bag.
You did get the money.
I told you we had it.
Here, I'll help you.
Now, Lum.
Yeah.
Lum, not now.
Huh?